you think she is?
She's everyone. She's anybody. She's
Can you
my
hear me?
friend. She's me.
Why do you think this is?
I
MC, can you hear?
two white
Yeah.
men.
They don't look white, those other men.
Yeah, you good.
Two white men memorialized in this little square that we're in right now, and they wanted to combat that by putting a much, much larger statue of a black woman.
She got attitude. She has confidence.
Challenges the notion of who deserves to be monumental. And who,
Why does this woman deserve to be monumental?
well, she's everyone.
First of all, am I supposed to know who she is?
I don't think so.
She's obviously larger than life.
She's big.
I don't mind if they'll make a statue of me and put it somewhere.
I just don't understand why art can't be art. Why does it have to be combative?
You guys are from Nepal.
Nepal,
You're a long way from home.
Man.
Yeah.
And you are Michael Jackson.
Yes, and yeah.
Well, I feel like we're going backwards in some ways. Like we used to never even think about race.
Why is that contrast needed, I guess?
Oh, to combat race, to combat injustice.
You want to combat race?
Shout out to the liberal white women.
I'm sorry?
I'm the 21 times book of world record holder in backflips.
Let's spin it another way. There's a Martin Luther King memorial of some kind in basically every city in this country. If somebody came along and put a depiction of a plain white man, a blue collar white man, right in front of that and made it much larger, I imagine that would cause a sting.
Yeah, I'm sure we would see it all over the headlines.
Would be rioting everywhere, burning down buildings. I mean,
and it would probably be taken down.
Sometimes we try to accomplish something and we take 2 steps back.
well, there's other statues in the square of white men, and now you have a black.
There's a lot of monuments to African American people.
Sure, as there should be.
Should we combat those?
Oh man, MC, I got one more video to show, but you want to get your quick thoughts in there? You there, MC?
They talked more about white men in that news segment than they did the actual woman on the statue. Yeah, I'm here.
That's true too.
We're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there might be a little delay. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. This is crazy. This going live thing. Y'all bear with us. Like I was saying though, they talked more about white men in that news segment than they did the actual statue. So right off the rip, that tells me what the intent of this all was supposed to be. It doesn't make sense. I when I first heard this story, I wanted to say, okay, this is just art, somebody's interpretation of art. But then when I started reading news articles about what it was supposed to represent, I was expecting to read stuff about body positivity, being happy with yourself. But it seems like most of the news stories that I ran across, they made it about representation of race and DEI. Which, how do they tie this to so many different things? I heard one of the women in the news segment there say that this statue is going to fight racism and injustice. How? Like, I don't understand. This is crazy, man. What are we doing?
All right, MC. Maybe you come into more. You probably come into more contact with Black women than I do. Have you spoken to any Black women to see how they really feel about this? Because I've seen people online, and I need to ask my mom see how she feels about it. But have you spoken to anybody else?
For the most part, it's been very like tame. Like, okay, it's a beautiful figure. It's a beautiful woman. That's pretty much the context of it. But I did see one person say that she looks like Rasputia from Norbit, and she got a lot of smoke for that on social media. But for the most part, it was mostly positive feedback.
See, this is the issue that I have with it though too, because fine, if you want to do a stupid statue, fine. Like statues are statues. There's some terrible statues. There's a lot of statues out there that people create for no reason. And so with this type of statue, it sets the tone for a lot of things. Like you're not doing this to, like what if they would have made a statue of Kamala Harris? Fine, okay, it's another stupid reason to create a statue, but at least people would understand that. What if you made a statue of like, Michelle? Again, if people want to do it, you want to create a statue of it, fine, do it. But with this one, this is just some random chick, or this is actually a random chick. Honestly, I was gonna say that statue kind of looks like Letitia James out there in New York. Like it bears
Yeah.
a striking resemblance to Letitia James up there in New York, though, and so it's interesting to see that um, you know that they went that angle, and also why the statue is bigger than all the other statues in the area. So if you wanted to make a statue that fit in, quote unquote, in that area, why didn't they create the statue to the same size? They're just trying to piss people off. They're trying to upset people. They're trying to make it more about the statue itself than the statue, like what the statue is supposed to represent. And you notice how they're asking a lot of white people about how they feel about this statue. I didn't see any black men talking about it other than the creator. The creator is, I mean, I don't know if he's rainbow, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't the way that he was talking, because he said a plus sized man. I'm like, come on, man. Like at some point, the black community needs to realize how some of these people are just making fun of black people. Like people get upset when you say like certain disrespectful things about the black community. But when it comes to like this statue, they want black people to embrace it. And black people don't want to say anything because they don't want to like, agree with the people that are not black. Like this is a really bad statue. That you remember the Dwayne Wade statue? That thing got ratioed. Like he got clowned for that statue. I don't know if you remember.
That statue was terrible, by the way.
Yeah, it was a terrible statue. And the soccer player, he had a terrible statue too. I think it was Cristiano Ronaldo or something. He had a terrible statue. And they made the artists recreate his statue because it's so bad. Why is this not the same here? Honestly, this woman kind of looks black. She kind of looks like a man too. So I don't know why this statue is supposed to be the pinnacle of black womanhood, but it's not a good looking statue. I mean, and they made her fat. I don't know why they made her fat. They could have made her skinny like they do with the other statues, but they had to make her big bone.
I am so disappointed in how pro black people. Let me ask you a question. Why are y'all so obsessed with white people so much? Like white men in particular. If everything is as racist and not exclusive as you think it is, why not just say, you know what? I'm just go over here and do my own thing and build my own thing up. Why are we so focused on begging people that you think don't accept you for their acceptance? It would have been different if they came out and said, I created this statue because I think she's beautiful and it's my expression of art. I can accept that. But when you go out of your way to talk about white men over and over again and then purposely put her next to white men statues to show that she's taller than those statues, this is telling me that your intent about this was 100% white. And I don't see the pro-blackness in any of that. You're sending the wrong message with this statue, or everybody's interpreting it the wrong way.
Yeah. Nope. It's they live for stuff like this because they only want to piss off white people, but they think they're making a change and they really aren't. I got another video here I want to show that's just hilarious.
The artist is British, by the way.
Hey, it's me.
Oh yeah, it's always a British black that does stuff like this.
Hey, it's me, the statue.
And real quick, the people over in the UK, it's not like they have big women over there. From any time I've seen any black women or women in general, they're not generally big women. So it's only United States we have like kind of a calorie issue over here, but other parts of the world, I don't usually see a lot of big women, big black women over there.
Yeah.
Middle of Times Square.
This one is funny.
I do really appreciate y'all putting me in the middle of Times Square.
She's like nailing it. She's wearing the shirt, the pants, the hair. Like, this is ridiculous, man.
Y'all could have did me, a better look. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my go to the grocery store look. You know what I'm saying? This is my wake up and throw something on so I can go grab the mail look. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my, oh shit, you gotta run to the store and grab some toothpaste because you forgot it look. This is not the look that I wanted y'all to do. Or like this. Like,
All right, oh wait, she's doing too much now. But You know what's funny? It took me a while just to find additional videos on this because not a lot of women were talking about it. I found a lot of men talking about it, but not a lot of women were talking about it. I'm like, if a white artist had did something like this and let it been like someone that was conservative, they would have lost their minds. They would have lost their minds.
Yeah.
They'll be like, this is how you see black women. Y'all don't even see black women like this. So the mere fact that you guys want to be quiet about it is just pretty telling on what you really care about. And like you said earlier, this is all about like just not being appreciated or being accepted by white people, white men specifically.
Yeah, seeking validation like this, it's not a good look, man. It just the messaging on this was completely wrong. I would like to hear from this artist directly, but apparently even the model agrees this isn't her at her best. Yeah,
No, that's
maybe this
that's
is
not
just
the
how they see
model.
us.
That's not the model, but it's funny
She
though. It
looked
looks
really,
like
really
that.
close. She looked very close.
Yeah, this was like one.
So they
This was one of the few women that I found, but we'll play it.
erected a 12-foot statue of a chubby black woman in the center of Times Square to symbolize inclusivity and diversity. Let's not even talk about the fact that this bitch got a
Oh, she got a
loose
gap.
t-shirt and some sweatpants with I don't even know what kind of shoes and braids. Let's show a picture.
All right, I'm just gonna stop it right there. I don't know if she has. I don't know if we got a copyright on that song, but anyways, the point in all this is that this is not a good look. The community will try to embrace this and try to like you know what's funny. The what is that? The shade room. They haven't even covered this yet. I'm like, y'all haven't covered this yet. Y'all cover everything that's like black oriented. So you haven't covered anything like this yet. And others, some of the other black spaces. It's weird that I know it's a problem because on some of the liberal stuff, or not the liberal, but on the conservative side of things that I see, they're all discussing it. But on the liberal side, no one's discussing it. And I have it curated so I can see both sides. So as much as I mean, of course, I lean more conservative. But when it comes to liberal stuff, I want to see what they're saying about it. They're not saying a damn thing about it. They know it's a goddamn mistake. That's why they haven't said anything.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And we need to take more ownership of our public image too. I'm surprised they didn't do one of like Sexy Red or Meg Thee Stallion or something to pass that off as being progressive art. Whatever,
Yeah.
man. I got
Right.
nothing on this.
You know the worst part I think of it. I just thought of this. The worst part is that it was done by a black man. So I know he was UK black, but you know it was still a terrible look because in the UK the women don't look like that. So you know, and it's funny. In some of the UK shows that I watch, I mean it's a small amount, but in some of the UK shows I watch, they don't usually have big black women on there. They don't have big women in general on those. I know there's some out there, but they usually don't have them on there. So it's pretty telling that, you know, from his perspective, this is how he sees black women. And for all the men out there talking about like, you know, this is, you know, the black woman is queen, this is not a good representation. They could have chosen like when it comes to like say like old girl from the Black Panther. You could have taken that look. Well, I guess the Black Panther chick or the Walking Dead chick. I don't know, I forget all their names. But they could have easily picked one of those two women to model their character, model the statue off of. But you know, they just decided.
Kevin Samuels used to say this. Kevin Samuels used to say this, and I'm gonna just say the same thing. When y'all get a chance, go to Google and Google image black women, and then on a separate page, Google black women 1950, and tell me what differences you see.
Yeah. You know what? That actually, I might use that for the thumbnail. This is what black women used to look like, and this is what black women look like now. That's a very good point. I got to remember that.
You're going to see some very contrasting differences in BMI. I'll just put it that way. We are the fattest race. That's statistically in the United States. We are the fattest group of people. That's just the facts. Come for me if you want to, but I've already proven that on previous episodes. So this is how the world sees us, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to jump to the next topic.